What's up, you guys? It's your girl Tatiana Simone, aka Tatiana Gant. And I am so happy to be back, but I can't lie, I'm definitely nervous. I am nervous because I have taken a 2 month hiatus from this channel. And I think for me, I took time to kind of reflect and figure out how I wanted to approach my channel and how I wanted to go about YouTube. And I started to consume too much information. Too much information that I feel was detrimental. And it caused me to get off focus. It caused me to have scatterbrain. And I had to go back to the basics. I had to go back to the journey God put me on, which I like to call it Heal Her. That's just the journey I've been on since I left my corporate job back in April. I didn't know that I was going to go through this journey where I was really dealing with the insides parts of me and really pulling up things that have held me back from really walking in my purpose and my calling that God has called me to. And so I had to go back to the basics. I had to go back into prayer. I had to go back into my word. I had to really, truly tap God in and say, hey, God, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know that I'm supposed to be in my purpose and my calling. I know I'm supposed to be, walking this Heal Her journey out and really sharing it on my YouTube platform. But I got distracted. I wanted to do this and I wanted to do that. And it was like, God was like, I did not tell you to do any of that. All I told you to do was go onto YouTube and be candid and be you and share your journey. And eventually along the way, I'll let you do more things. But I just want you to steward the first thing. Can you handle that? Instead of trying to do all these other things, can you just handle one thing first? And everything else will make sense along the way. And so now we're back and I'm starting again. And it's hard because I feel like when you haven't done something for a while, you kind of lose your groove. But no matter what, I told myself I'm going back. I'm going back and I'm going to roll with the uncomfortability and I'm just going to be me and allow God to flow through me and we'll see what happens. All we can do is try. So here we are trying and I'm excited. I know that this one is just me exposing myself for all of the things that I've allowed to hold me back. I know I'm called. I know God has placed things in the inside of me to speak about. And it's like if I keep running from it, I'm never going to get comfortable. I'm never going to grow. I'm never going to learn. And you just get to a point. You just get to a point where you're just like, all right, God, I surrender. I surrender because everything else is going to be hard if I don't surrender to you. So here we are, going back to the basics. And I went to a coffee shop yesterday and I was like, you know what? I'm really going to just lock in. I'm really going to just lock in, write some things down and communicate it the best way that I can. A few months ago, actually, I wrote down Heal Her, the main objective. What is Heal Her? And reading off of here, I said, Heal Her is for us to be the best versions of ourselves so that we can be in purpose and make this world a better place. I love the song, Michael Jackson's song, Look at the Man in the Mirror. Be the change you want to be. Be the change you want to see. And when I think about that, we can critique and pick everything apart. But if we're not being the change that we want to see, all we're doing is adding to the problem. All we're doing is being hypocrites on this earth. And so for me, when I stopped pointing the finger at everybody else and I started to look inward at areas in my life that are an issue and a problem, That's when God was like, all right, I could work with this. I could work with this. And I started to see things from a completely different perspective. I started to see things from like, oh, I know what it is. From a, when people say, and bear with me, because I hear people say it all the time, and now I have to re-say it. But instead of seeing a glass half empty, I see a glass half full. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't see everything as an issue and a problem anymore. Like, I'm able to see it from a fresh perspective and a fresh lens. And yeah, approach things better. I started to realize, like, even in areas in my life, I'm like, oh, I don't like this, I don't like that. I'm like, girl, you're the problem. How about you just look at yourself? How about you just look at yourself? You're the problem. If you responded differently, the outcome could have been different. So let's start approaching things differently. Let's start working on the inside and healing her. And so yeah, it's I wrote down, I said, it's about taking accountability of your shortcomings and asking God to strengthen you in those areas. I said, but even deeper, allowing God to guide you on this journey of life and to do all the things that He has called you to do. We all have gone through different things in our life. And when we've gotten on the other side of it, there is this passion, there is this love, there's this appreciation and understanding, and a will. A will where it's like, you know what? Now I see other people that have gone through similar things, and or there are people that are going to go through certain things that you've been through and that you can help them through. And so for me, it's like it's so much bigger than me. What I've gone through in my life is not just for me to hold it in and bottle it up. It's for me to be a change. It's for me to be in purpose and to use God, like to be an example, an ambassador of Christ, to be able to help other people get through those difficult things that I've gone through. So I see it as like we are all here for a short amount of time, and we're all here for a specific purpose. And God is calling us to fulfill the very desires and the very things that are placed on our heart to do. And so for me, as I go through this life, it's constantly surrendering to God, constantly tapping Him in. And I think not even think, I know. I know when I started to consume so much information, I started to hear less and less of God. The vision started to get more blurry. I wasn't clear on the direction and the way in which He wanted me to go because I was consuming all of these distractions and all of these things that the devil wanted me to consume so that I can completely derail the entire plan that God had for me. And now I'm like looking back and I'm like, what happened? How did you get so far off track? How did you get so far off track? God gave you something so beautiful, so golden to help other people. And you got so distracted and so off course. And so me coming back to the basics is like, God, I'm sorry. I got distracted. I struggle with this. I struggle with this. This is a constant thing that I struggle with. I constantly struggle with getting distracted. I constantly struggle with getting off course. So this is my issue. Now help me navigate this. And so that's what I've been doing, is really just truly getting back to heal her, getting back to what God gave me and help and asking Him to help me so that I can fulfill His mission, His plan. so I can help others, because that's the goal. For me, it's bigger than me. The goal is to help other women be the change they want to be the change they want to see, be the best version of themselves. We always see, let's live your dream life, let's be that it girl, we see all of those things, but to me it's so much deeper. To me, I can't be that girl, the it girl. I can't be that without God. And so for me, it's real internal. It's real like, God, help me navigate this life. And so when I think about now, I have to constantly remind myself what my why is and who I'm called to. I have to be so clear. I have to be so focused. I have to be careful, because now I know that there's a lot of opposition. There's going to be a lot of obstacles that are going to be thrown my way. And all of us go through that. All of us have oppositions. All of us have obstacles and different things that are going to completely derail us from the plan that God has. And so we have to be so careful. We have to be in prayer. We have to be in our word. We have to have covering and protection. We have to have accountability partners. We got to have people in our ear like, hey, girl, didn't you say you was going to do this and that and the third? Right now, I'm in the reconstruction room. I'm so happy to be in the reconstruction room. I'm in the reconstruction room that Lady Lorana Phelps is over. She is the mentor of the reconstruction room. And I am so grateful to be a part, because I know that there is something on her life. This is my mother in love. So I'm so grateful for her. But there's something on her life that I know God has placed her in my life to be able to give and hand down to me. And so God is so intentional. He's so strategic. He knows what you need, and he knows the people that are going to be used to help you get to where you need to be. And so the reconstruction room has blessed me so much. I just finished week 2, and then there's one more week. So it's only a 3-week reconstruction room, but I've been blessed so much and have had so much reflection and like quiet time with me and God on areas in which I have, that are my shortcomings, that have held me back from walking out the plan that God has designed for me specifically. And so in the reconstruction room, I'm really peeling back the layers, and it makes me go back to her. And I'm just so grateful, because God is so strategic in just the very things that you need to go back to. And he's like, you move too quickly. You need to go back to that. You need to go back to that. You need to dive a little deeper, and you need to really pull it out and analyze it. Why do you do what you do? Why has that held you back? And so the reconstruction room, we've been able to walk through some things and really pull out some things, and really figure out why we aren't doing what we're called to do. And so I don't want to talk too much about it, because I really want women that it's for to be a part. So I know she's going to be doing some more. So definitely stay alert and stay on your socials. Follow her on Lady Lorana. I think it's Lorana Phelps or Lady Lorana, one of the two. But follow her, and she'll be doing more of these mentorship programs. But it's blessed me so much, because it's helped me to really reflect and really have accountability. Like, why did you stop heal her? Let's go back to that. Because it got hard, because the obstacles came, because you got distracted. Okay, that's a pattern. That's a cycle that you keep repeating. Let's get to the root of it. Let's figure this out. And you got to have a why so clear. You got to have a why so clear. And one thing that she said that I absolutely love that she said was, she said, the very thing that your mom wasn't able to carry, God has passed it down to you to be able to carry it. And so you have to be careful. You have to be so careful that you don't pass down things to your children that you didn't carry. Because it's a lineage thing. It's a generational thing. It's like what my mom didn't carry, now it's on me to carry it out. And if I don't carry it, then it's passed down to my children. And to have a son right now and to see things that are passed down to him that I didn't carry, that I didn't slay, I'm like, absolutely not. I don't want my child, I don't want Avery to have to fight things that I didn't fight, that I didn't overcome. And so it makes it so for real for me to be like, that's my why. If I don't get a hold of it, if I don't slay that giant, my son will have to carry it. And I don't want him to. So I have to be so focused and so locked in with God to the point where I execute. And so, like I said, going back to the basics, going back to what God gave me, heal her. No matter how hard it gets, and baby, I'm telling y'all, it got hard. Because the devil gonna throw all the obstacles your way to be like, see, she couldn't handle it. I don't know why you trusted her. She couldn't do it. And so I had to realize, like, when is enough going to be enough? And it's like, I'm going to keep saying that until enough is enough, until I create a muscle where I'm consistent, where I'm disciplined, where I'm focused. No matter how many times I got to try it again, I'm going to keep going back to it. And for me, it's embarrassing because I'm like, girl, why can't you just get it right? How many times are you going to be like, well, hey, I'm back again? Like, how many times? And it's as real as it gets here. It's as real as it gets. Because if you know that you struggle with something and you know that you keep hitting a wall, the only way to get ahead of it is to expose it. That's the only way. And so for me, I'm exposing it. I got to be real with myself. I got to be honest. So here we are. I love it. I love it because I'm going to always say it. Here we are, trying it again, doing it again. And so when I went to the coffee shop, I wrote down a list of different topics that I really want to talk and touch on with this channel to really break through some things and really just take you guys along my journey. Because with Heal Her, it is a journey. It is a process. It is daily, doing it daily, touching it daily, healing daily. And so I'm excited. I see Heal Her going and doing so many great things. But it starts right here. It starts with exposing. It starts with trying again and looking forward. And I feel like this video is going to make me cringe when I look back at it. I'm like, girl. But I rather cringe, or let me say this. I rather be seen trying than not doing anything at all. And so here we are, getting to the root of it, exposing it, trying again, because I really want to be in the will of God. I really want to be in my purpose and in my calling, and to help other women that are along their journey heal her. So yeah, I'm excited. I have so many great topics that I really want to touch on. Y'all, I'm on my fitness journey. I'm working out again. That's super exciting. I want to share that. I'm turning 30 soon. So I want to talk about that. I want to talk about unlearning and relearning and really just truly showing up as the most healthy version of myself. I want to talk about suffering well, how to do that, like living what I prayed for. Like, I want to touch on so many topics on this channel. And yeah, this is the start. I feel like it was rough, but I know that we can only go up from here, okay? When you're at the bottom, you can only go to the top. So here we are. Let's try this again. I'm super excited. Again, my name is Tatiana Simone. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button down below so you don't miss out on any more videos. All right, see you next time. Bye.